You joins the party, finally buys some crypto. The market makers, get me my detonators. Your friends? Welcome to the party, pal. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index is currently sitting at 15, which is up exactly 0 from yesterday. The MMRI is down 1 point to 247, still in the high-risk category. And some cryptos are even starting to catch a bid in the last 24 hours, with Bitcoin up 3%, Ethereum up 2%, XRP up 1.39%, BNB up 4.22%, Solana up 4%. Cardano up 3.3%, Chainlink up 2.66%, Stellar up 4%, Monero 4.9%, Hedera catching a bid at 2.58%, Sui up 2.67%, Ondo up 2.3%, Kaspa up 15.8%, good for you. Algo up 0.65%. But with all of the red that we've been seeing in the crypto markets over the last month and a half, is it going to continue? Is it going to get worse? Or are we on the cusp of what could be an absolutely incredible turnaround for the month of December heading into the new year? Let's find out.
Come out to the coast. We'll get together, have a few laughs.
And as always, this is not financial advice and is nothing less than the rantings and ravings of a man who, rather than hitting the brakes, punches the gas when the light turns yellow. And taking a look at the daily, we are starting to see quite a few different cryptocurrencies that are currently well into the green, with Merl up 114%, Dash up 19.6%, CAS up 15.9%, STRK's back in the green again, up 11.4%. Jumping over to the weekly, Rain is still wearing the crown, up 125%, with WLFI up 23.1%, SPX up 36%, Merl up 27.9% on the week, and CAS up 41%. And taking a look at the monthly, there's still a few of my picks in the running, with Telcoin up 35.3% on the month, and XMR at 16.6%. Rain is also dominating here, up 1.39%, with Dash up 36.8%, ZEC up 50.9%, ICP up 32.7%, and STRK up 24.7%. Taking a look at the top 1,000 cryptocurrencies by market cap, we can see that every single category is still currently in the red, with the 701 through 800 category still performing the best. But do me a favor and hit that like button really quick before we get started. I would really appreciate it. First off, jumping over and taking a look at the total 3 market cap chart, we can see that the price has been trading within this well-defined channel for quite some time, going all the way back to September 11th, 2023. Price started off with a 5-wave Elliott Wave move to the upside, peaking out right here on December 2nd, 2024, before falling back into the channel and bouncing off of this bullish fair value gap on the weekly chart, which is centered at about 678 billion. Price then moved up, swept that previous high right here, represented by this white dashed line, before reversing into the flash crash that we saw on October 10th, to which price has been falling back ever since, currently falling back to the bottom trend line of this channel. By taking a fib going off of this previous high and coming off of this previous low here, we can see that the price is currently trading right around the area of the 0.618 fib retracement level, bouncing nearly perfectly off of it near the bottom trend line of this channel. We can also see that if we do get a bounce here and a move moving to the upside, these fib retracement levels right here would be our next target, taking these fib levels off those same exact 2 points, which could bring the market cap up considerably, moving up to the 1.618, sitting at 1.7 trillion, which would be a doubling from the current market cap, which is resting at 890 billion. Another very important thing to notice on this particular chart is the fact that we are now exhibiting a bullish hidden divergence on the weekly chart. Going off of this low here from the week of April 7th up to this low during the week of November 17th, with the price action moving upward, And coming down to the indicator, you can see it's moving downward. By clicking on this indicator and rolling back on the history, we can see that coming to this low here on the indicator, that the blue line bottomed out near the very lowest portion that we have seen in the past, in the same area of this point here, this point here, this point here, and resting well below these other points that we see throughout the chart. The last time Total 3 exhibited a bullish hidden divergence on the chart was right here in orange, coming off of this low here and this low here, with price moving upward and the indicator moving in a downward trajectory. By pulling a fib level off of this previous high here, going off of this previous low, we can see that after this bullish hidden divergence formed right here, price moved up considerably, coming up nearly perfectly to the 1.702 fib level right here at the top of the channel during the week of December 2nd. Looking at the current bullish hidden divergence that we are exhibiting on the chart right now, that is the same level that we see with these fibs coming off right here. But when looking at this chart, we can also see that since hitting the wave 5 termination here, breaking out just slightly above the upper trend line, price has formed an ABC correction in the form of a running flat, which means that the B wave termination actually went up above the beginning of the A wave. Generally, in regard to running flats, the C wave will not break below the A wave termination, resting above it, right in this area here. And just to give you a better idea of what I'm talking about, looking at this chart here, we can see the exact same thing. With the A wave coming down here, the B wave breaking above the start of the A wave, yet the C wave actually falls short and does not reach past the A wave termination, which is exactly what we've seen so far with the B wave and is very likely to see with the C wave falling short. But the only bad news about the current Total 3 chart is the fact that these running flats exhibit a 3-wave move to the downside for your wave A, a 3-wave move to the upside for your wave B, and a 5-wave move to the downside for your wave C. By looking at the current chart, it looks at the very most like we may have a 1, 2, 3, could perhaps be working on the wave 4, which means that we likely still have a wave 5 to look forward to the downside, which would finish off this wave C, likely taking us at a minimum to down here at the 0.786 Fibonacci, but could even push as low as this bullish fair value gap down here, breaking just below this lower trend line. And in doing so, would also drop this bullish hidden divergence down with it, but would still keep it intact. But it doesn't appear to me like this C wave is quite complete. So we will definitely want to keep an eye on this, and it looks very similar to what we're seeing on the total market cap chart as well. If you'd like to support my channel, the best way to do that is by joining my Patreon. There are 3 paid membership levels, but you can also join for free if it better suits you. You can also use my link to sign up for BitUnix if you're thinking about trading spot or perhaps just looking for a place to swap your cryptos for 0 fees. And doing so also helps the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. Now jumping over to the total crypto market cap, this chart looks very similar to what we were just seeing on the Total 3 chart. Price has been trading within this well-defined channel for quite some time, going all the way back to the week of June 6, 2022. Price formed a 5-wave Elliott Wave move to the upside, has done the same thing that we saw on the Total 3 chart, now trading within an ABC running flat correction, the exact same thing. Price is also forming a bullish hidden divergence on the chart, with the price action trending upwards and the indicator trending to the downside. The exact same thing applies here that applied on the Total 3 chart. A 3-wave move to the downside for A, 3-wave move to the upside for the B wave, with a 5-wave move to the downside for the wave C. This C wave looks to be in about the exact same shape as we were seeing on the Total 3 chart, with what looks like could potentially be the forming of the wave 4, leaving the wave 5 remaining, which could potentially take the wave C termination down to that exact same point at the 0.786 retracement level just above this bullish fair value gap on the weekly chart. The last time a bullish hidden divergence formed on the total market cap chart was right here, with price action coming off of this point, moving to this point, with the price action trending upwards and trending downwards with the momentum on the indicator. By pulling a fib level coming off of this low here up to this high here, we can see that in this particular case, price fell well short of hitting the 1.618. But by pulling a fib level off of the current chart, going off of this previous low here and off of this previous high right here, it gives us the 1.618 right here sitting at about 6.26 trillion. And with current price trading at just over 3 trillion, that would be more than a double from the current prices. Looking at what we see right here, we can see that the price came down right into the range of the 0.702 Fibonacci and is now currently trading up and above the 0.618 fib retracement. And we're seeing basically the same thing that we were seeing on the total 3 chart, with the indicator pushing well deep into the CCI. And if we dial in to what we can see here, the blue line currently has pushed lower than at any time on this indicator, going all the way back to 2014, digging in much deeper than we saw at any of these other points, forming this point right here for this bullish hidden divergence that we are currently seeing on the chart. So there definitely is the potential that we could be about to see an incredible move to the upside within the total 3 as well as the total market cap charts. But it does appear that we still have a little bit of time to complete this wave C, with the 5 wave moves to the downside to complete these running flats before we would see that move breaking up. There's always the chance that we could see a wave 4 with a truncated 5th. That definitely occurs. But what we want to do is be watching these charts to see how this final C wave completes itself. But if you look at this right now, it looks to me like we're seeing a wave 1 into a 2, moving down into the 3, so this could potentially be starting to move into the wave 4, which means we would have the majority of the wave 4 and the wave 5 left to complete this wave C before potentially moving to the upside into these Fibonacci levels. This will definitely be something to watch. And even though the markets have been deep in the red and lots of people are down and many cryptos are down 40, 50, 60+%, I still think that we are going to see some absolutely incredible things in the crypto market, especially in regard to the way the current cycle has been going. And as I said in the past, I said many, many times before it was blatantly obvious that this cycle was going to be different than any previous cycle. And that fact at this point is undeniable. And with the vast majority of people in the crypto market becoming incredibly more and more bearish, and rightly so, I think there's going to be a point to where we're going to see a wild card out of nowhere, which very few people are going to expect, with an absolutely incredible push to the upside that's going to shock many people. It's certainly not going to happen overnight. It's going to take quite a bit of time for this to play out. And yes, we very well could continue to push to the downside for some time. But when that reversal comes and the vast majority of retail is absolutely crushed and bearish beyond belief, that's when we will see things completely turn around and potentially moving into something that could be a leg of the bull market that could make the dreams of many people come true. So stay alert, keep your eye on this chart, and have a great day.